Hi, Joan Price answering your questions for Lion's Den. This is a very common question. What do you do when one partner wants more sex than the other? I can give you a couple of questions you asked on that theme. I am 68. My wife is almost 67. Our sex life is near zero. She has lost interest and is usually too tired, would rather read or watch TV. We have a few sex toys, but she doesn't keep them charged. Can you suggest what we can do to restart things? A couple of things I want to pick at from that question. It sounds as if the husband wants sex at night. He says she's too tired, she wants to watch TV or read. That indicates that he is asking for sex at night. If you watched my other video on what time of day is best for sex, I explain why night is not the best time to have sex and sometimes doesn't work at all. So I would suggest to this person saying something like, honey, we used to have wonderful Saturday mornings in bed. No rush, no goals, just being together, cuddling, kissing, making love. Is there a way we could try that again? Schedule, in other words, schedule a time to have sex when you're not too tired, when someone isn't ready to go to bed. This husband also said that she doesn't bother keeping the sex toys charged. Husband, do you know how to charge a sex toy? You could take that responsibility. Why are you leaving it to her? You know how to charge a sex toy and keep them charged. That'll be fun for your own masturbation at times your wife isn't in the mood. And it'll also show her that she's not responsible for everything. There are more problems than that, though. That's just sort of picky things. But one thing that I don't hear that you've done is talk about it. If one of you has lost interest, if one of you wants more sex and the other doesn't, you need to be able to talk, not to convince the other person, but to understand the other person. Is it that your partner doesn't want more sex at all, or doesn't want the kind of sex you've been having? Is it possible that what your partner would prefer is something different that you don't even know about? So talk about it, and if that's the case, if, for example, just to throw out an example, she says, well, you always want intercourse, and that just doesn't feel good to me. I would much rather do whatever it is she's offering. And the way I reach climax is if we use a sex toy along with your fingers instead of you just trying to get me off endlessly and it doesn't work. Now, I hope it's going to be a softer, gentler, more loving conversation than that. But just to give you an example of some things that might be going on that you do not even know about. So take turns if you do want something different. Say, okay, first I'll pleasure you. Then if you feel like it, you could pleasure me. That might get you farther than just, why don't we ever have sex anymore? Not that I think you're saying it that way, but some people do. Also, if you can't resolve it and one person wants sex, say, once a week and you want it every day, then masturbate in between times. If it turns out you can't even talk about it, you can't have a conversation without it being becoming uncomfortable or angry or blamey-shamey, then you need to get someone to help you talk about it. A sex therapist. This is what they do all day. This is what they know how to do. They know how to get partners talking in a productive way about how to improve their sex lives. So try it that way. I'm going to add another question. My partner hates how high my sex drive is. Should I feel guilty about that? No. And if your partner is trying to make you feel guilty about your sex drive, there are more problems in your relationship than sex. Please get help. Get help to find out what's really going on, to resolve it. Or if this is not a relationship that is healthy for you, you have other options. Signing off for now. Talk to you soon.